All right, good morning, everyone. It's been a while since I've done a quick down and dirty video on showing proof of life, so I'm just going to get right into it. This is a FEF3 that came in to have sound installed. So this has a ESU V5 It's one of these guys right here, by the way. V5 decoders fitted under the boiler. It also has a dual sugar cube set up in the tender and a rear light added to it. So we're just gonna kick this off right off the bat. Turn some sound on. Alright, there's an FEF3 with ESU LokSound installed. Alright, next up are a couple of GS4s that came in for repair and sound conversion. Obviously, Kato made a ton of these. So the note from the customer on this one was that this was a fairly new unit. He got it a year ago. Well, that's not entirely correct. This is actually a first run unit, 1260301. These are the first run ones that needed DCC spacers in it. Neither here nor there, but it came in. The axles were in typical fashion, the unrevised ones, so the drivers need to be replaced because the sleeves on the old ones were cracked. It's the same one with the American Freedom Train unit back there. These received Kato Japan 58731 decoders that have been wired in, so you have 3 function outputs on there. So I have them set up so you have forward headlight, rear headlight, and then you have a Mars light up here that's independently controlled. I stripped all the components off the boards on both of them and use new surface mount LEDs and dropping resistors on there. So there's a lot of these that are on the used market right now. One of the things I definitely ran into on one of these is that the number board casings on here, the American Freedom Train one is missing one on one side. I'm not sure if this is going to show up real well, but you can see there's a big gap there. I don't think Kato has those anymore. They were always in short supply when I was there too. So I sent them an email to see if they've got one. But yeah, so if you're buying used ones, make sure all the parts are there because you're not going to be able to get those any other way. Yeah, but other than that, straightforward conversion. Yeah, we'll just start. And now our American Freedom Train friend. All right, so briefly going back to the drivers, I just pulled a couple real fast. I'm not sure how well this is going to show up on camera. Okay, the top one is on an original style. You see that plastic sleeve on top, and I'm going to try to do this one-handed. What happens is that tube will start to split, and these won't hold quarter, and so you can turn the wheels, and these will spin around. So kind of a design flaw that Kato went back and revised at one point with the revised ones where it's just a solid shaft and they don't really come out of quarter. They can have other issues, but that's another story. Anyways, let's keep moving on. All right, so this is a Acado P42, obviously. The frame's been machined to take an ESU 11x17 speaker, and it also has a ESU Micro 58823. I was able to source a few of those. They're still on back order from ESU, and I have a lot on back order. But that's another story for another day. So basically, give that some sound, give that some light. And then this also has 0402 surface mount LEDs that were used for independent ditch lights on here. So they will alternate as it flashes, as it does. Obviously, these will go into head-end power, run 8 screen mode. I think it's like F28 or something on the controller. The controller I'm using over here doesn't have that, so we're not going to worry about that. There we go, P42 with ESU LokSound V5 installed. All right, up next is a Cado SD70M from one of the more recent runs here. This has a ESU 58741 Kato USA style board fitted in there. Let's see if I can get this guy dangling down there. With a 15x8 speaker that I 3D printed some housing on, and then it's got separate independent ditch lights on there. Those are on, I think, F5. One thing I do need to go back to do is refunction map it, so when I blow the horn they alternate. That doesn't take long. I'll do that before this thing ships out. Anyways, we've got some startup sounds and all right, moving on from the SD70M. All right, so next up is the Cado ACS64. There's 3 of them here, so I'm not going to run all 3 of them, so you're just going to have to take my word that they're all identical when I did them. Basically, they take the Cado 58741 board. What I've done here, I got the shell off of one of them over here. So the 58741 fits in there. Under here, these units were dismantled. There's an ESU 11x17 speaker down under there, fit down, and you got some wires running up to there and into the board. And then for clearance, you have to go in and hack some sections away from inside the inside, if that makes any sense, so you can clear the components in there. But anyways, so we'll hit some sound. I'll hit some light. Okay. All right, and moving right along. And last but not least, we have a set of Intermountain FTs, an AB set. These are actually silent units. These receive TCS IMFTA4 decoders. And of course, what you always think is going to be a simple, quick down and dirty project turns into a fiasco because contacts don't work right and decoder doesn't work right and has to go back and what have you. But ultimately, got them working. And ultimately, at the end of the day, that's you. Not really much interesting to say about them. I mean, they're Intermountain. They run okay. I don't think they run as nice as anything by Kato or Atlas, but you know, they run. So I guess there's that. And like I said, they're silent. So, ooh. And there we go. Intermountain FTs with DCC. Yeah, pretty long wind up. I know this is going to be over 10 minutes long, I think, right now. So basically, FEF3 with ESU LokSound, 2 GS4s with ESU LokSound, a P42, Cado P42 with ESU LokSound, Cotto SD70M with ESU LokSound, 3 ACS64s by Kato with ESU LokSound, and Intermountain FT AB set with TCS silent decoders. All right, that's all I got. I hope you all are having a great day.